So I just saw a community post, Teddy Zane um, posting Eddie Van Halen, the great Eddie Van Halen, the guitar wizard, the guitar legend. And he was posing under one of his guitars. And he was just talking about his son living the life that he must have lived. It must have been, incredible. And just living Eddie Van Halen's life, living all of their lives. I mean, the whole group. I mean, all of them. Sammy Hagar is probably the greatest singer in the world to me. David Lee Roth's a great singer, but I always considered him to be more of like an entertainer. He had that like real like fun, funny. He was to me the rock comedian. But the thing about Teddy Zane is when he posts things like this, I realize he's a cool guy, and I just don't understand why he can't just stay this way. Why does he have to become a jerk off? Just like, bro, stick to what you're good at. You understand? You seem to be a great guitar player. You seem to be a great musician. You seem to understand rock and roll and understand, just a lot of things about the music. Just being a great musician and understanding history of music, history of rock and roll. But it's like you went out of control, man. You somewhere along the line you lost something. But he used to talk about me, say that I lost something along the line. No, no, no. You lost something along the line, man. You went from being like a hero, man, to no offense, a zero. No offense, man. You went from chum to bum. It's just like I used to. I'm gonna be honest with all of you. I actually, not that I was jealous of Teddy Zane, but I kind of looked up to him. I kind of said, "Here's a guy who had nothing in his life, nothing, and he worked his butt off. He built up money, he invested it. He did all these great things, and now he's a success." And I was very, very, impressed with Teddy Zane. And I used to say, if you look back on my previous videos, I always complimented the guy. But he went crazy. How did you go from that to like begging people for money? Listen, if you're doing so good, let me explain something to you, Teddy. If you're doing so good as a financial planner, which you're not, by the way, you're not a licensed financial planner, why are you wasting your time? Like if you got all these big picks, you should watch a movie tonight. It's called Limitless with Bradley Cooper. Okay, watch this movie. And Bradley Cooper was picking all the hottest stocks. He turned 100,000 into something like $2 million in a week. So the big players wanted to meet with him. Why don't you go for like the gold, man? Like why you $10 a month? If you're calling all these plays, right? This is what he's claiming. He's making 200, 300,000 a week day trade. Go to like the big players out there on Wall Street and be like, look, not $10, pay me 10 million. Pay me 10 million. And I'm gonna turn your company from a $1 billion company to a $100 billion firm. Right? Okay. I mean, and you want to know what the thing is, if he really has the track record, like if he has the video footage and the video proof that he's mentioning a play at a certain price point and then it goes to another price point, if he's doing this like over and over, like, he's repeating this process, yes, there will be major firms that will take him seriously. But instead, it's like he's going after $10 a month. And he's really begging for it. I mean, he makes video. Like I told you, he made that community post where he's like, I made $1,000 in 10 minutes. Give me $10. I said to myself, the next video is going to make, I made $100 in a minute. It's like it's desperation, man. Desperado. It's like you sound desperate, man. And it's like I said, this was not the Teddy Zane I knew in the past. The Teddy Zane I knew in the past was blasting his club music. Remember that cool club music he was blasting? And it just seemed like he didn't need nobody. He didn't give a shit about nobody. He's like, I'm on top of the world, mother effers, you know? And I admired that about him. And then all of a sudden, it's like a lot of strange things happened. So I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna keep repeating it. A lot of strange things happened. Maybe he lost a lot of money. Look, I'll say it's all alleged. You hear me, Teddy Zane? Allegedly. But maybe bad things happen. Allegedly, your pizzeria closed down. Allegedly, you started losing a lot of money in all these plays because it just doesn't make any other sense how you could go from one extreme to another, man. Asking for $10 a month, and then just it started at $5 a month, and it went to $10 a month. So I just feel something really bad happened to that dude, and he's not doing well financially at all. He's struggling. And remember, looks are deceiving. I told you the story. Me and my wife went to a good friend of ours in Toad Hill in Staten Island. Forget about you think Teddy Zane's house is nice. You should have saw this guy's house in Toad Hill. You would have all dropped, your jaws would have dropped to the floor. Guy had a Lamborghini in his driveway. We ate. He had like a chef cook us dinner. I remember leaving. This is a friend of mine. There's a guy I used to know from Wall Street, and I remember leaving that house. And I don't know. I'll see if I can get my wife's permission if we could, show this. The guy went downhill though. I don't know if he's gonna want me to mention his name, but anyway, he was a big player on Wall Street. But the thing is this: he lost everything. His house went into foreclosure. They took the car away. Last I saw this dude, I think he was asking me for $20. I mean, it's just looks are deceiving. Looks are deceiving. Just because you have a nice house. Remember 2008? How many people had nice houses? How many people had 2 to 3 mortgages on their houses? See a nice car. You don't know anything about how you know he's not leasing it. How do you know he's not renting it? How do you know he didn't use his AMC money to buy it? I'm just saying, look, I'm just saying the reason I